just had a bit of a play around with the word redneck. It fits quite nicely through there. So as long as Greg gets back to me and is happy with the word redneck, what I'm thinking of doing, having it there, and then this part, I'm getting my calipers here, and I've set it to the same width there, picking a point down here. If I follow that around and like make another section in here, I might leave all of this smooth, and then in the middle here put some texture. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to put the camera down and move it so that I can actually have two hands. Okay, so if that's where the name's going to be, so we'll sort of have an imaginary line through here. Might make that a straight line. Actually, why don't we just use the width of the ruler? Imaginary line through there. And then if I get my calipers on the edge, that's still the same, yeah. And just mark around. Put on a bit of an angle so I can manipulate a bit easier. And there's our border. So I'll grab my swivel knife again and I'll just cut that in. I'll do it freehand because it's just following the line. Alright, what I might do is actually go across here as well, where the line is. We'll do the equidistant thing again, just make sure. Okay, that gives us a little portion in there. What I might do is give it a bit of a squirt and cut them in again, because I found that before, when it was wet, it cut in a bit easier. And we'll do that again, just so it's a more definite line. There you go, it's cutting in now. Okay, so we've got that indented there. And so again, I'll grab another piece of marble and bevel that as well. So I'll drop the centre bit down, leaving the outsides the high part, and then we'll leave some texture in here. So while we turn it up the other way. And we'll bevel this. It'd be nice if I had a piece of marble that was the right length, but because I don't use the right, it should be granite, and this is just a bit of pastry stone from cooking store. It should actually be sitting in a little bed of sand so it doesn't give. Because it gives, it tends to crack. So they were the size of a chopping board to start with, and then over uses, I keep cracking them and breaking them. Alright, let's give it another wet because it's starting to dry out real quick. It is kind of warm here today. And let's continue on with that. Okay, so I've gone in and I've beveled all in here, drop that down slightly. I'm going to leave that for this point in time because there might be something else I want to put in there before I put the background in. It looks like a nice space to put some other sort of picture. I'm not sure what, but I was just thinking as well, these edges here are going to be laced, so I've just gone around and, as you can see, run the edge cutter around most of them, and because they're going to be laced, I'm going to use the edge, the lacing chisel, to actually put some slots in there. You might remember back to when we did the lacing around the edge of our logo. I used the slot chisel, which looks very much like, if not exactly like, that. And so basically I'm just going to go around and remembering we pierce it and then we overlap it. So let's do the first one. I'll show you what I mean. It's going to be difficult because the camera's in the wrong spot again, but if I hold it up high, alright, I might do it with my other hand. So you put some in there. No. I'm going to have to move the camera around the other side. Give me a second. Okay, so using the lacing chisel, just put it on the edge there. Give it a whack. And then overlap the last one, so that get it into the groove. And so on around. So we're going to do it all the way around, so I can actually lace the edges. What I'm thinking, because lace is actually going to rough on this paintwork, going to probably line the back as well, because two reasons. When that stitches are all there, there'll be stitches here which are going to rub against his paint. There's going to be lacing around the edges, going to rub against his paint. So we'll do it all, and then I might put some sort of soft backing on this so it protects his paint a little bit. Just a bit of afterthought there. But at the moment I'm just going to go around and put all these lacing slots in. I'm still waiting for Greg to get back about the Redneck, so hopefully once I finish this we might have an answer. But we're getting there, we're getting slowly into it. Alright, so see you in a bit. Yeah, hello. Finally got a call from Greg pertaining to this bit here. The sad news is he wants a scripture on there, which is sort of giving me a bit of a problem on how to actually write in here. The scripture he's given me is apparently from Matthew. It's I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. So I've been thinking how's the best to get it into. Obviously this part here is going to be where I'd want to move it. So I used my stamps at one stage and I tried to stamp it in, and as you can see it didn't come out very straight. I then thought engraving would be the way to go, so I set up my Dremel with hanging from the ceiling with an engraving tip on it, and I've attempted to copy the text the same as it is there, because I thought the fancy text would be the way to go. And as you can see, it's very hard to do. I've never engraved before in my life, and so I think it's something I'm going to have to practice a lot with to get right. I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of people who engrave actually put it down onto the thing in some sort of stencil, so they stencil it on and then they go over the top. I then started thinking about, if I'm going to colour this black, how is it going to stand out? Obviously redneck and things like that is going to come out with the, you'd be able to see it when it's black, but engraving, as you can see, is not very deep. So then I started thinking, I got this bit of, and I started practicing on different colours to see if I had to colour it first, and I think that's what we need to do. Colour it, and then even there my handwriting isn't the best and it doesn't look the greatest. So that's where I'm at the moment, trying to work out how to get it on here. Just having a think. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit more research on the internet, and there is one guy I saw who's an engraver who actually stenciled on using isopropyl alcohol. It was onto metal. So what he did to start with was print out what you need to do, but in reverse. So you get your own, you can print it out in reverse, so it's all backwards to read. And then what he does, he cuts it out and puts it over the spot where he needs to put it, and uses isopropyl alcohol to rub it in. So I'm going to attempt that here today to see if I can get it stenciled down onto a piece of scrap leather. And if so, that might be the method I'll get, and then I'll just have to think about the contrast later on, whether I leave this portion brown and then stencil it in, or if I do it all black, stencil it, engrave it, do it all black, and then somehow maybe paint in over the engraving. So that's all problems I need to deal with at a later date. At the moment, I'm just going to see if I can actually get this from here to here. So probably the first thing I need to do is cut out a piece, one of these. Let's grab some scissors. And let's go to the top one. So let's grab that. Cut it out. Doesn't really matter how roughly I cut it out. Put them back over the other side. So that's going to sort of go there. Obviously the ink goes down. And then I have some isopropyl alcohol. Just happen to have it lying around now. And let's see if this works. So basically all he did was sprayed it on. If I can get it to spray on. And then basically rubbed it in. So I'm going to use a metal rule to see if I can get it to come off. Have no idea if this is going to work. Alright, here goes nothing. Not a thing. Alright, back to the drawing board. Okay. Just been playing around a bit more. I think the easiest way to do this is to just freehand. I had a play just now. If I turn this on to top speed and gentle when I'm actually writing and make sure that my letters are clear to read, I mean I'm getting better. Adds a bit of personality or a personal touch, I suppose. If it's my handwriting that's put it on there. It's not the most neatest of handwritings, but I think that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is colour the piece, blacken it out, and then I'm going to just put the saying into the shield. And the other thing I found, what I might do just to finish it off, if I can get it, the words to finish about here, I've got this bottom here. I've got a couple of conchos that I thought might look nice in there, so I'm actually leaning towards this one. If I can get it out. So just to finish it off at the bottom there, I can do anything through Christ who strengthens me, and then that. It just means that when I do have to line the back, because when these Chicago screws come through, there'll be a metal in here, so I will have to line the back. Well, we're going to do that anyway, because with the stitches and things, they were going to rub on the paint, so it's just adding one more thing, but I just think that would be a nice touch, just to have that on the end there, especially seeing as we're putting the Bible verse on there. So I'm going to go ahead now. I think we're at a point. The only other thing I need to do is start colouring. If I colour all this, dye it black, I'll come back in and paint in the flag. Then we'll give it a go of engraving and dropping the concho in there. I might do the concho last, just so I can make sure I can get the lettering in. And that's the bib basically finished. Stitching. I was thinking a crisscross stitch on this side, just to give a little bit of character, and lacing around the edges. So let's get ahead and let's get some dyeing happening. All right.